and go ahead and get jogging. Start jogging. I need to plug this thing in. Keep jogging, guys. Keep jogging. I'll keep going. As soon as I started the recording, it's like, your computer's dying. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. Go ahead and keep jogging. Sweet Sahana, good to see you. Is this your first time in this class? Is this your first time in this class? No? This is the second or third time? I know, I remember getting the email about you guys joining this class. Go and start scissor your arms. It was cold. I was debating whether to put my gi top on, but I decided not to, just because I figured once we get moving, I'll be fine. But the doors are like wide open right now. It's actually been not too cold. That's been good. Rotate your arms this way. Like I said, we're going to be doing some round kicks today. Some different setups and stuff. It'll be a good time. And another direction. And 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ask the 3 out there?
What's up?
You want me to ask the 3 out there for chance?
Whenever you get a chance. During kata or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you could just talk to all 3 of them at the same time.
Because they're in a circle.
Oh!
Yeah.
Whenever you think is the best time.
Yeah.
Scissor, 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 scissor. Who ordered jackets? Who ordered jackets? Anyone order jackets? No? Alright. Jump a little higher. Side to side. I worked out twice today. And then I'm gonna do this. Whew! Getting it done, guys. A little further. Let's start with some speed skaters. One leg's going to go behind the other. You're really trying to feel that compression of the thigh, the leg, as you go from one side to the other. Very good. Twist. Anyone doing anything exciting this weekend? Anybody? Nothing? Sat around? It's alright, everyone's doing that. It's basically what I did too. 5 more squats. And back to jogging. Do some medium knees. Some high knees. And heels back. Kick-outs. Side to side. Shake out your hands. Really try to relax your fingers and your hands. Natalia with the jazz hands. Keep going, guys. Keep jogging. I'm going to make sure no one's trying to join in right now. And there is someone. There's Kai. It's a good thing I checked. Poor Kai's just been waiting in the waiting room. There's Kai. How you doing, Kai? Good? Doing good, Kai? Good weekend? 5 push-ups. You all disappeared. Oh, you're back. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay. Check it out. Hope you guys are doing all right. 5 more push-ups. Back up. Do the combinations. Some head movement in there. Get moving. Try to really take really big motions. Really work on the shoulders. Watch my shoulders. and roll, get counter, slips, back slips, head movement, get out of the way. Watch this, guys. Left, or sorry, side, back, then roll. Try that, side, back, and then roll. It's not left, right, it's side, so left or right, whichever way. Backwards, tuck the chin, and then roll the outside, and throw that 3. For you guys to be like this, boom, boom, boom. Oh, we're gonna throw that 3. Boom, boom. Faster. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so really, like it's like you're like a pinball machine. Your head is the ball. It's like bouncing off the walls in the pinball machine. Bing, bing, bing. Right, all the way around. Try to a couple more times. Boom, boom, boom. Switch your feet, other side. Boom, boom, boom. Side, back, under. Side, back, under. Try it again. Side, back, under. And throw that hook. Side, back, under. Throw the hook. Slip back, roll, hook. Shake it out. Nice job. Scissor it out, scissor it out. One arm across. Get your breath. Switch. Someone else is joining us. It's Mr. Phillip. Over the head. Other side. Hands up like this. Feet a little bit spread out. Big breath in. All the way down. Can you guys even see me? Sorry. This way. And then down. Try to keep your legs straight. Feet parallel. If not, 30 degrees out, just a little bit out. Back up. Breathe in. And breathe out as you go down. Okay? Get a little closer to the camera. Or, well, that's fine, up to you. Get closer to the camera if you want. Out. Move some punches. Boom, boom. Really get that core working. All right? So flex the core, rotate the hip, throw some punches. Okay? Just single punches for now. Ready? So you're gonna, on my feet are just parallel. I'm just kind of like a ready stance. If you want to do a horse stance, that works too. But then again, the core, the point here is to get the core going and the hips going. Ready? Ich. Knee. Remember, pull, engage the core, breathe out. San. Shi. Go. Hook. Chich. Hach. Kyu. Jukia. Hit. Very good. Double punches. 2. Okay? We'll do 5. Ready? Ich. 1 count, 2 punches. Ni. San. Stay relaxed. Shi. Go. Very good. Other side. Switch sides. Try to keep your shoulders square. Ready? Or sorry, not square. Relaxed. Ready? Ich. So right now my left hand is out. Your left hand should be out as well. Ready? Ni. Or sorry, the same hand that you started with should be out the entire time. San. Shi. Go. Very good. Relax. Shake it out, shake it out. Let's do some kicks just because I want to. Sound like a plan? Okay. So we're going to do some snap kicks. Okay. So just 10. Rub them out real nice and easy. All right. We're going to do 3 count. We're going to do 3 count snap kicks. So it's going to look like this. Go ahead and do it with me. So I'm here. So this is a profile so you guys can see. First repetition, or sorry, 1 repetition is 3 kicks. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay? The first cycle, right, is you do 3 different things each kick, right, or each count. First one, think about the hip. I'm bringing my back foot up to my front foot, right? I'm not going past it. Just going right to it. And think about my hip driving forward. Okay? On knee, same thing, but this time you're going to literally knee. Right? Pun, not unintended pun there. Right? So again, you're thinking about the hip going through, but also the knee is driving. Okay? So it goes 1, just the hip. 2 with the knee. And then 3 is the actual kick. Make sense? Pretty easy? Pretty easy? Yeah? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Someone's joining. It's Nora. Philip, why doesn't your sister just train with you? You guys are literally in the same house. All right, welcome. The other half of the Buka family. So normally what we're doing is we're doing 3 count kicks. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna go 1 with the focus on the hip, then 2 with the knee, and 3 with the kick. So for instance, 1 is ich, ni, san. Just like that, okay? And then we'll count from there. All right, so let's do it. We'll do 10. Ready? Let's go. Ich, ni, san. That's 1. Ich, ni, san, ni, ich, ni, san, san, ich, ni, san, shi, ich, ni, san, go, ich, ni, san, rok, ich, ni, san, shich, ich, ni, san, hach, ich, ni, san, ju, ich, ni, san, 10. My brain just like spazzed out for a second. So let's go and do the other side. Ready? Other side. I'm just turning around for you guys. I don't have to turn around at all. Ready? Go. Ich, ni, san, ich, ni, san, ni, ich, ni, san, san, ich, ni, san, shi, ich, ni, san, go, ich, ni, san, rok. Keep your hands up. Ich, ni, san, sich, ich, ni, san, hach, ich, ni, san, kyu, ich, ni, san, ju. Very good. Rotate your hips. Sorry for my little brain fart there. For some reason I forgot how to count. That's okay, don't we all? To be fair, to defend myself, it wasn't English. So although I'm sure I've done that before. Keep rotating the hips other direction if you haven't already. Okay, and the knees as well. And rotate the other way. Very good. Now, last week, I don't know if you guys did it or not. Let me know if this combination is familiar to you. Lead leg round kick, jab cross round kick. Is that familiar? Ish? Yeah, cool. So if it's not familiar, it's pretty straightforward technique. It's a pretty straightforward combination. It's more about hip rotation and making sure that you know how to set up that last round kick. All right, that's kind of the focus of it. But here it is once again. Just regular guarded position. Come in, lead leg round kick, jab cross, round kick afterwards. Okay? You're kicking with both legs, punching with both hands. So go ahead and do that a couple times on your own. So you're just here. So if you already know it, go ahead and do it on your own pace. If not, follow me. Or not, it's up to you. Come in, lead leg round kick, jab cross, round kick. Important details for everybody. When I go to that lead leg round kick, I'm not rising up and coming in and kicking out. I want to keep that head level as I come in and kick. In terms of foot position, if you kick straight up, it's not that bad. Not that big of a deal, right? You want to try to kick at an upward angle, but at the same time, the groin is an effective target, okay? Whether you kick to the inner thigh or straight up the middle, that lead leg kick is good either way, okay? So you're not going to hurt my feelings if you kick straight up. But then again, it's more just about understanding the principles of the kick. So again, that lead leg kick, whether it's a snap kick or round kick, it's like your jab. It's fast, not super powerful, meant to cover distance, right? Just kind of close the distance, engage the opponent, and then you can finish them off with your jabs, crosses, round kicks, etc. Okay? So it's the jab of kicks, kind of, if you would. Okay? So again, so we're here, lead leg kick. As I kick, I'm sinking in the back leg, and I'm driving up, boom, boom, for my jab cross. Okay? At that point, after my jab cross, I go in and I do my round kick. Whether I want to step and plant and then kick on the cross, or I pivot, it's up to you. And that's what we're going to go over today. Okay? So, but what I want you guys to do is just get familiar with the pattern. And then we can deal with the nuances of the differences between the two different variations. Both are good. Both are effective. It's more just personal preference and kind of what you're looking for that strike, okay? So a couple times on your own, go ahead, so you're here, leave that kick, jab, cross, round kick. What you can do is play around with both, right? Kind of without really having done it in depth like we are going to today, kind of go on your own and kind of figure out which one feels a little more comfortable for you, right? So in this case, this is what it's going to look like, the difference is. Option A, after the kick, jab, cross, as you cross, watch my front foot. As I cross, I turn my foot. So I get a little more hip rotation. Boom. I turn that foot. Then I can throw my kick without worrying about planting that foot. Or, option B, all right, I'll show you that one more time. Boom. Jab, cross. Then I come in with my kick. Okay? Option B is pivoting, which we normally tell you it's probably not something you want to do, but at a higher level, that is something that is viable, right? At a lower level, it's a lot harder to do it incorrectly, which is why we encourage people not to do it, right? It's easier to make mistakes with that, but if you do it correctly, it's just as effective as anything else, okay? And you just have to make sure you actually plant properly so you don't slip and fall correctly on the sidewalk. So option B with the pivot is going to look like this. Boom, boom. When I go to kick, I'm kicking this way. I'm pivoting my foot. Okay? And we'll talk about the differences and the details later, but just get a feel for it yourself, play around with both, and kind of try to find the differences between the two different techniques. Okay? So go ahead on your own right now, run through each one like 2 or 3 times, slowly, and just get a feel for it and kind of go, okay, what is awkward about it? You know, what is comfortable about it? What feels good about it? What feels not so good about it? And kind of get some questions in your head, but how it feels. Okay? And take a look at how you could use it, right? So for instance, if I were to use that option A, I'm winding up a little bit more, right? I might get a little more power because I'm planted firmly, but I'm winding up, right? Because as soon as I move that foot, they might see, oh, there's a kick coming. On the other side, the second option, I might be hiding that a little bit better, but I'm sacrificing some power, right? Because some of the energy is being used to spin the foot rather than kick your opponent. Right, so think about those kind of things as you're doing it. Okay. I'm assuming you've done it a couple times now. Nice. Let's talk about option A. So nice and slowly, what I want you guys to do for me, go ahead and copy me. You're going to throw a cross, but as you throw the cross, my front foot is going to pivot out. So I'm going to turn that foot just like this. Go and do that a couple times on your own. Just come in, turn the hip. You can like pull the hip back, punch as you turn, right? Get a feeling for that. And feel how you're still pretty stable, right? Even though you're all twisted up, you're not like falling over. You shouldn't be anyways. I'm not like this, right? If you notice, I'm actually still, like my feet are still apart. And from there, I feel that pulling motion of my lead hand, in this case my cross hand, boom, when I'm kicking. Okay, so feel that a couple times. You're here, punch, kick. And kind of feel how you're a little bit, you're feeling that extension. My whole body is extended on this side, and then I contract into the kick. Right, that's what you're getting from that. You're getting that full extension without having to worry about adjusting, right? Because you're already extended. So as I turn that foot, boom, see how my whole body is extended out. Now I can pull in, boom, and throw that kick. All right, so did a couple times. You can even do the other side. Turn the foot as you can almost imagine you're grabbing. As I turn that foot, watch my front foot. I'm grabbing and pulling, boom, into that kick. You guys feel that? If you guys have, oh man, I don't know if you guys have. You guys can even try. I don't know if you guys can. Does anyone have any like resistance bands at home? Does anyone have a resistance? You guys know the stretchy bands? The stretchy bands? Yeah, like that. Like Natalia. If you guys look at Natalia's screen, she's got those stretchy bands. You guys can get that and like put it around a door or something and get some feeling of pulling and then contracting this muscle and pulling with that. And you're using that muscle, your lat, to pull into the kick, and so it's that whole body, the side of your body is contracting into the kick, and that's helping you along with hip rotation, along with torque. That's all helping you generate power for the kick. That's option A. Option B is the pivot. I personally do the pivot. That doesn't mean you have to, right? Then again, like I said, it's all personal preference. Okay, personal preference. With the pivot, like I mentioned earlier, it's a little bit more of an advanced technique, not necessarily because it's more difficult, but because it's easier to make a mistake. It's easier to rise up in your leg when you pivot. Okay, that's the only reason why we typically don't teach this, because students tend to lock out their leg when they pivot, they do this. And they kind of like ding, and they kind of pole vault into their opponent. When instead, you should be spiraling down in that leg, and that's what gets you to pivot. Okay? So watch me a couple times. If you want to practice just the pivot by itself, just come in here and practice that kick. Because that's all it is. You're just in a guarded position. As you bring your leg up, you turn your hip, you sink down, you spiral counterclockwise into the ground, and that is what the kick is. Okay? So kind of get a feeling for that where level 1 is just try to keep your head level. Just try to keep your head straight. Like don't drop your head at all. Or sorry, don't rise, don't lift your head up at all. Just be here and just think about pivoting the leg, pivoting the bottom foot without letting your head move at all. That's level 1. And that'll give you an idea, as long as if you keep your leg the same, that's better than rising up, right, in your stance, right? So just coming in here, boom, and throwing that kick without letting your head change, that's level 1. Level 2 is dropping, right? Now as I go to kick, I sink down slightly. I kind of get that compression in my leg as I kick. So watch my head, right? I'm dropping my head, and that is what's helping me get the pivot of my foot. You don't want to drop and have my leg, like watch my leg, my foot, it's straight. If I just drop like this, my kick is absolute garbage, right? But if I let my foot kind of pivot on its own as I drop, you got it, okay? All right, and again, watch, maybe not watch it. I don't know if you guys can see if it's far away, but watch my bottom foot. It's not my toes that move. I'm not doing this. You guys see that? I'm not doing this. I'm not pivoting on my heel. I'm pivoting on the ball of my foot. Okay? So you guys can even do this. You guys want just pivot. Pivot. I know it looks kind of ridiculous, but you're gonna pivot. There you go. And then you'll find that if you do that, if you get your hip into it, it's a lot easier, right? You kind of like throw your hip out, and you'll get the feeling for that. That's pretty much what you're doing. I know it looks ridiculous. You all look like you're dancing, but it's okay. I'm the one that's going on the internet, so hey. I'm the one that's going to be on the internet forever doing that. So we're here. As I come in, as I go to bring that leg up, I turn my hip, I pivot that foot, boom, and that leg comes out. Okay, so do that a couple times on your own. Do both sides. Just pivot out and kick. Right? Feel how, even though it's a little faster, even though you're hiding it a little bit more, it doesn't feel quite as powerful. At least for me, it doesn't feel quite as powerful as option A. Okay, but then again, it's about what you're sacrificing versus what you're gaining. Okay, so pair that with a jab cross, boom, and that allows you to at least now you don't really have to hide your kicks behind your punches. You're hiding the kick already. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's just something a little different as you come in. But notice how it's 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 2, then kick. Right? It's 1, 2, 3 right away. Okay. I see Ray there. Ray, what are you eating? Are you eating chips? He's like, I'm just gonna ignore him. Anyways, what is that? I want to see. I can't. Are there fries? Are those fries?
Oh, are those veggie chips?
Oh, no! I gotta do this, man. All right. So, anyways, now that we have that little distraction out of the way, couple things really important. Something that I really want you guys to pay attention to. I will go as slow as possible. Actually, Paul, can I borrow you for a quick second? Actually, I don't know if I needed you to, but can you zoom in on just like my legs?
Hi.
He's there, guys. He was just off to the side taking a roll, but I can't really go over there and fix the camera and then come back anyways. But see if you can zoom in on just my legs. I want you guys to notice the timing. There I am. The timing. I'll kick lower so you guys can see the point of impact. So right there is the point of impact right of my kick. But I want you to notice the timing between when my foot pivots and when my other leg, my kicking leg, hits the target. Okay, because this is a common thing that I think a lot of people don't think about. Whether they do it right or wrong, doesn't really matter. The thing is they don't know about it, okay? So watch. When I go to pivot, when I go to kick, I need to go slower, hold on. Notice how I'm not kicking while my foot is in the air. While my foot is moving, I'm not doing this. Do you guys see that? How my leg is already extended and then my foot pivots, right? That's the same thing as like stepping and then punching, right? No, you step and punch at the same time. Same thing when I go to kick, same time my foot pivots and I kick at the same time. Thanks for the ball. All right, so as I get closer. Right? So there I am. Okay. So then again, so pay attention to that as you guys kick. Try to be done pivoting either at the same time or before you actually hit the target. If you have a pillow, if you have like for instance, or well, maybe not a sibling, but if you have a pillow, if you do have a sibling, they can hold the pillow, right? But try to get that nail that down where it's you're pivoting and kicking at the same time. Does that make sense? Do you guys get it? Do you guys physically get it? I know mentally it's not that complex of an idea. It's pretty simple actually. But if you guys can nail it down physically, like with your bodies, whoo, you guys will be in business. Okay? So go ahead and do it a couple times on your own. Do one leg. If you feel good with that leg, try the other one. But then again, you want to get it on one leg first before you. Nice try, Natalia. You don't need to kick that high. You don't need to just remember you're trying to get the feeling. So if you can just put it against the wall. I don't know. I mean, what are you putting it against? I can't even see what's on your left because the camera can't see. But if you put it like I can't really tell. Maybe put it against. See where the wall kind of juts out. If you put it like so, your back is to me, and you put that cushion against it, and you can kick with your right leg. You see what I'm talking about? Kinda. Yeah, like that. Boom. I don't know how far that juts out, but it gets you. I don't know. It gets you an idea. There you go. Yeah, like that. You guys getting it? Who's got it? Who's getting it? Samita, what I saw was looking good. Sahan, I didn't quite see what you were doing there. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cynthia, that looks good. I'd like to see a little more sinking down from everybody. Try to get that as soon as you get that. There you go, Samita. As you get that feeling of the foot timing, now you get the sinking, and then you can really get that high twitch muscle fibers going and really throw those kicks really fast, really hard. Really snap it out. And once you feel like you got the hang of it, throw some punches. Like jab cross, boom, and feel how that kick. Like if you got a mirror, or in this case, Natalia, if you got like a window that you can kind of see yourself in, hopefully no one's outside and like, why is this lady staring at me throwing kicks? Right? So if you got a mirror like I do, I mean, yeah, anyways, if not, that's okay. But try to see how your body is reacting and moving, right? Or if you have a sibling like Sahana and Samita, if you guys can just watch each other and go, you're doing it right, or you're doing it wrong, or try this, or try that, or here's what I'm noticing, right? You guys can help each other out that way. All right, Yami, you guys, nice job. How are you guys feeling about that? Good? Good? I know we haven't talked about it too much. I feel like we've talked about it before, but maybe not in that level of detail. So there you go. Okay, so round kicks. It's just round kicks again. I would probably go as far as to say probably the best kick to learn for self-defense. Very low risk, very high reward, especially if you kick to the leg. Like, whew! If anyone's gotten dead leg before, whew! Imagine a full-on round kick to the thigh. Not a good time. Even a lead leg round kick to the inner thigh, you're gonna have a bad day. Okay, it's gonna be a bad time. Okay, so we got a little bit of time left in class. We got about 10 minutes-ish, 10, 12 minutes. So we're going to spend the rest of the class doing some kata, okay? So I recommend you guys continue working the breathing as well as the relaxing and use of the core, right? Especially I see a lot of brown belts in here. If you're working Seisan, that kata is like the end-all be-all kata in terms of hip rotation for me personally, just because there's a whole lot of arm movements and not a lot of legs, right? Not a lot of leg movements, so you really got to be really proficient with your hip rotation. So I really, really recommend you guys exaggerate a lot of the rotation without letting your knees wobble all over the place, right? So try to keep your legs stable as possible while rotating your hips, okay? Yeah, if you guys want to sit here and dance for a little bit, that's fine too, okay? All right, but get moving, guys, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be watching. Yes, Natalia.
What the heck is Nakachi Sandan?
Nachi-Sanan is the interesting.
Yeah, but how do you learn it over Zoom?
Yeah. So okay. Well, we're gonna try. Have you started it?
No.
You haven't started it? Have you watched? I'm assuming you've watched it.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah, basically.
This nonsense of kata. I'll tell you that I've learned that kata like 3 different times because I keep forgetting it. So, if it helps, because you know the orientation of the dojo, in terms of sides, like you know which side, like you know which is your right side, you know which is your left side. So that might help you when you do when you watch the video. I'll do my best to help you for a little bit here. But we'll see how far we go because I know probably some other people have questions, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So Nachi-Sanan, I'll face this way. Hopefully it helps the most in terms of side. So we bow here. So the first movement is going to look like this. It's an arm break. So I'm reaching out and grabbing with my right hand. Reaching out and grabbing with my right hand as I cover. And then I'm stepping to my right into a leaning stance as I break this way. Like that, yeah. Very good. And then from there, so it should look like this, right? From there, I'm going to go here, like Pinan Sandan. Pinan Sandan. Stack. I'm going to watch my shoulders. I'm going to go back like this. And then I'm going to go kind of like Nachi Shodan. I go 1, 2. Okay? So the whole thing, if I'm doing it towards you, is going to look like this. Here. Here, stack, back, and that is the characteristic of the kata. Is this that movement where you're stacking, going back, and then smacking that way? That's the characteristic of the kata. You'll see that quite a bit. Okay, so let's try that again. So we're here, and that's probably a good start, I think, for today. So we're here, Nachi-Sandan, no looking. Sorry, I think there's 2. I think you go 1, 2, 2 looks. Reach out and grab with the right hand. I'll do it this way. Reach out and grab with the right hand. As I step out, break. Okay. From there, horse stance, Pinan Sandan. Stack. Back, all the way back, and then smack. Okay? At least that's a start. And then maybe you can watch the video during this time as well, and you can kind of go, what is he doing? Right? That one's a hard one. Sorry, Natalia. That might be the toughest kata to learn on Zoom. Actually, that's a lie. Kushankudai might be worse, just because the length of the kata is just like it's like 100 moves. So you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, though. Okay. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else have any questions? It's all. If you have questions, if you still have questions later on, let me know. Okay. Or if you feel like you're ready to move on, let me know as well. I'll help you. Everybody all right? Looks like Samita's doing Seisan. So think of Samita, those movements, think of them as separate movements. So for instance, if I'm doing Seisan, when I'm here in the beginning, the first one, yeah, it's a little more together, but then it's like punch, then my foot moves, then I step, then I punch. Does that make sense? So you don't have to like step and punch at the same time. It's you're stepping and then punching. I will say this movement is one movement. When you punch and pull in, that's one movement. Think of it more as like you're punching, grabbing, and pulling them towards you. That's what's happening. Okay, you're kind of dropping down. So think about driving your elbow down. Boom, this way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Or like what you can do is if you get like a pillow and then like you drape a towel over it, you kind of punch the pillow and then you're trying to get the towel to wrap around your hand. You're kind of pulling that toward. You're kind of trying to get the towel to wrap around your hand. Does that make sense? Right? Well, you don't have to do it right now, but yeah, you get the idea. But do you get that like conceptually though in your head? You're trying to wrap it around your hand so it like kind of covers your hand. That's kind of what you're doing. So you're coming in here, boom, bam. Then your front foot moves. All right, I'll try to move so you can see it. My front foot heel comes in. Then I step and clear Seisandachi. And then from there I punch and go out. Yeah, exactly. So it's separate in that sense. You don't have to like step and punch at the same time, step and punch at the same. That's just it's yeah. That's Natalia. That's better, Smita. And then it's going to go, so this is my feet. If these are my feet, right? It's going to go like this. The heel goes in. And then it's going to make this motion. You're going like this. You're going around. Go into the front, into the foot, and then out again. Yeah, so watch my feet. So I can't tell. You might be doing it right, but based on the way your legs are moving, I'm thinking this is what you're doing. You're coming in here, and then you're going like this. See how my leg is going around this way? It wants to go in first, and then it kind of crescents in this way. Does it make sense? So it's like I'm sweeping, boom, there, because that's what that is. It's a foot sweep, and then my foot pivots, and then I step, and then I kind of squeeze in, and then expand out. I can't quite tell, but I'm assuming, I'm hoping you get it, so at least you can practice it without having me like, is you doing it right? Does that make sense? Okay. Just like that, you got it. I don't know if that's what you were doing earlier. That might have been what you were doing earlier. I just couldn't tell. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, that's not what you were doing earlier? Well, then I'm glad I said something. Yeah, you got it. That looked good the way you did it, though. Where'd Jonathan go? And Nora. There's Jonathan. Were you just looking at something? Let's see. Pots I Die for Mr. Jonathan. So Jonathan, for Pots I Die, for that beginning section, really feel the stepping. So for instance, watch me. If I'm doing Pots I Die, for that first movement, I guess I'll go this way. Boom, here. The stepping, I'm really feeling that pull rotation with my hip. And then I'm really feeling this, boom, pulling. And I'm really getting that rotation going. And then when I go to step and turn around, boom, I'm exploding off this leg, boom, and hitting that middle block, and then hitting the middle block. So think of them more as arm breaks versus just blocking. Because if you just think about like blocking, it's like, okay, whatever, right? But if you imagine grabbing and breaking, or grabbing and breaking, that'll give you a better sense of the hip rotation and the footwork and kind of the lower body connection. So feel that sensation of like you're grabbing something and you're pulling that in as you're breaking the arm. I know it's a little dark, but those brown belt katas are real fun because of that reason. Make sense? Wait till you get to Empei. Okay, a couple more minutes, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions. Or if you're like not sure, if you just want clarification or something like that. You want me to watch a kata. There's a cat. What's up, Kai? Go ahead, Kai. Just if you guys have a question, just say, because sometimes I don't see you guys all the time. What's up?
Yeah, so, for the Pots I Die part, you end and, for the seesaw,
Yeah.
you put the upper block, then you step back and do the shoot tail.
Yeah, so after this last one, boom, here, kick, lower block, punch. There's no upper block. It's just lower block, punch. The other ones, the other two have upper blocks, but this one just has lower block, punch. And then I step back, shuto. Then I clear, kick, ki. Sorry, that's a punch. And then this finish. You grab the foot and break it, and then you're done.
Alright?
Yeah, no upper block, but everything else was correct. Aiden, if your dad's up to it and he's got another stick, he can try poking you, and you can get that sensation of the whacking off to the side. Let me get a Tombo. This part, the part that looks like windshield wipers, like that. Yeah, that's that feeling of whack. Someone's trying to poke you in the stomach or in the head, and you're whacking that out of the way. Does that make sense? So if you want to get, because honestly, Tanbo is really fun to do to do bunkai because you get someone with another stick and they can smack you with it, or they can try to smack you with it, and then you're like bop, 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 and you're blocking and you can counterattack and all that stuff. It's pretty fun. So you can kind of come up with your own bunkai and go, what is this movement doing? Right? Like for instance, that one we get a lot of. Like what is that doing? Right before the dragon tail. They're kind of like, what is that? Or even the dragon tail, what is that, right? And so you can kind of go on your own and kind of go, what is that move even doing? And then come up with your own bunkai, and that might help you. So that's something I like to do anyways. When we get back to classes, maybe we'll do some socially distant stick fighting stuff. We're losing. We're dropping people. Cynthia, how you doing? Good? I see you're working Pinan Sandan. I couldn't quite tell if you were doing the serving me the plate. I couldn't tell. Serving your opponent the plate, you're like, you have been served. I do see this though, Cynthia. You're like flexing on him. There you go, wrist, there you go, straight wrist, yeah. How is Nachi Sandan, Natalia? Did you try watching it again?
I tried watching it and I hate it even more.
You gotta learn it eventually. Look, here's the thing. So even though I'll be honest, like it's not my favorite kata, but it's only because the pattern is like, it's just not symmetrical. That's like the only reason. It's not even that it's a bad pattern or that it's like not a fun kata, because it's a pretty fun kata. Like you get a lot of good hip rotation. It's just some of the stuff is a little weird, but at the end of the day, like once you get used to it, it gets pretty fun. And the pattern is pretty nice as well. Like for now, like right now, I got it. Like I don't need to like relearn it again, right? But then again, it's just that first hump, right? After you learn it, then it's like it gets more fun. So don't lose hope. It's a big pie after when you first look at it, but just take it a slice at a time. Okay. 2 or 3 moves, you'll be good. You'll be fine. You got all the time in the world. Okay. Well, not all the time, but you got plenty. You got plenty of time. You got plenty of time before you go for your black belt. So, yeah, cool. All right, you guys. That is it for class. Yami, real quick. Hopefully, you guys all had a good time. We'll go ahead and do a nice bow here, and then I'll give announcements. So let's go ahead and do a nice bow. Escape. All right, let me go ahead and turn the